Hi everybody! Recently I had my colour analysis done professionally. It was an online appointment, a 45-minute appointment where we went through everything. The person who did the appointment with me had all of my details, photos, close-ups of my skin in daylight without makeup, and had analysed me and basically spent about 2 weeks preparing the information before going through it with me in this 45-minute appointment. So in this video here I'm going to show you what we discussed in that appointment. I would love to hear if you have similar thoughts and views to the lady who actually gave me this advice. What if you agree with my thoughts and maybe you have completely different thoughts? I would just love to hear. So I'm hoping this could be a bit of an interactive video in that sense, where we can sort of chat amongst ourselves about the results of this analysis. So I'm going to share all of those results with you and go through it step by step. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who loves makeup and beauty, and here on my channel I like to show you my favourite looks, review the latest products and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this, please do hit the subscribe button, it's incredibly helpful to my channel, and if you're already subscribed, thank you so very much for being here. You know I appreciate you all very, very much. And my skin tone, which is going to be very relevant for today, I have fair to light skin with neutral / cool undertones, and I've got blue eyes. Anyway, let's get straight into this video. So some time ago, you may have noticed on my community tab here on my YouTube channel that I did let you all know I was having my colour analysis done, and a few of you commented, so you might have seen that, and I know a couple of you have asked me what my results were and would I be sharing them, so I'm sorry it's taken me so long. I actually had this done before Christmas and I've just not had the time to film this. I'm so glad I can finally talk to you all about it so I can actually discuss it when I'm applying makeup and making choices, because this has certainly changed the way I think about things in many ways, and maybe you've noticed a few of the changes I've made as a result of this appointment, and if you have, I would love it if you just pause the video and let me know now, because I really enjoy that sort of interaction. So if you've guessed what sort of result I got from this, I would love it if you guess now, and I would also love it if you noted what you might have noticed that's changed a little bit for me anyway over the last month or so. So anyway, let's get straight into this. My appointment was set up by me taking a photo of my skin with my hair pulled back, so my hair was completely not visible and in direct sunlight with no makeup on. This was taken on an iPhone camera, and I will tell you now, you're going to see this horrendous picture of me. It is a bit like a passport photo. It is a dreadful photo, but it is capturing my skin colour, which is the most important part. So please ignore the hideousness of the picture, but at least this gave the lady the best shot really of looking at the natural colour of my skin in natural daylight and swatching it against all of the different colours so we can see how they suit me. So obviously this lady had already decided what the outcome would be, but we went through it all first, which is what I'll do with you now. So let's first of all look at what the 4 different colour seasons are. So here is a picture of the 4 seasons. So we've got the cool seasons, which are winter and summer. And then we have the warm seasons, autumn and spring. And the first thing that was asked of me is, which one do I think I am, or which one am I most drawn to? And there's 2 I'm drawn to, and that was autumn and summer. I do think straight away, looking at winter and spring, they look too bold for me. And looking at the colours of warm and summer, of autumn and summer, these are the sort of colours I reach for clothes, for makeup, even for things like crafting, because I enjoy crochet and I often make blankets with multiple colours, and the sort of colour palettes. I'm definitely drawn to the colours in the summer section, probably the most, but I do like different shades of some of the spring as well actually. I'm not completely not liking the spring, so I'm looking at the spring now and thinking I do like that shade of orange and maybe the sort of cream beige colours, but not the bold purple, the bold blue, the bold greens of spring. So maybe there's a couple in spring I like, a couple in autumn I like, and in winter I do like black on me when I've got lighter hair, but I'd say that's probably about it from that section. Whereas summer I like pretty much all of those shades on me. So that is a look at all four. So which one do you think most suits me before we look at them? I would love to hear. So the first thing we looked at is, am I a cool or a warm? So we can at least take away 2 of these seasons. And here is a beautiful selection of pictures of me in either cool or warm. So you're seeing sets of 2 pictures here, and one is cool, one is warm. And if you go through both of them, I think the main thing to look for here that she talked about is the colour the first thing you see? Are your eyes drawn to the colour rather than my face? Do they set my eyes back? Or does the colour make my eyes stand out? And does it complement my skin? Or does it make my skin look more dull? Does it make my skin look more vibrant? These are the sort of questions we're looking at when you're looking at these shades around my face. So orange v pink at the top there. I would probably go with a pink in that one. Even though the orange, I feel like it lifts my skin. And then the greens, I think definitely the one on the left is better, the lighter, sort of softer green. And then the blues, definitely not the navy blue for me, but obviously you may have very different opinions. And with the reds, I would say it's the one on the right that suits me the best. The more orangey one is definitely taking my colour away and pushing my eyes back, I feel anyway. And we have the purples. I think maybe the darker purple there. And with the neutrals, I think you can see with the black, the first thing you see is the black, the second thing you see is my face, which really proves the point that you should not be drawn to the colour before the face, because that means your features are being overtaken by the colour. So if you look there, it's definitely the brown that is suiting me more. And then with metallics, we have the gold on the left and the silver on the right. Now this one I know is silver because I've worn silver all my life. I've never liked gold on me. And I think this picture really shows that silver is my colour, because I think the gold really doesn't do me any justice at all, any favours rather. And then we moved on to another section of warm v cool, but looking at lighter shades here. So look at the other 2 seasons. I can't remember which one's which off the top of my head here, but we're looking at the lighter 2. So maybe this is the autumn and spring, is it? Or no, this would be summer v spring, I think. That's right. Apologies for my lack of knowledge there. This is a very new topic for me. So we've got orange v pink. I definitely think the pink suits me, even though I'm always saying to everyone pink doesn't suit me. And that was just saying extra drapes. So is that a lime with a sort of mauve? I definitely think the mauvey colour, the mauvey pink suits me better. Where we have the red and that pink, I definitely think the pink is better. The red, the first thing you see is the red. The red really takes over and pushes me back. And the greens, definitely not the bold green on me. No way does that suit me. The more sort of turquoise green, I think is better there. And with the purples, I think that bright purple is dreadful on me, whereas the more light purple is definitely better. With the blues, I think the light blue again. I don't hate the other blue on me though, but I prefer the light blue. And then with the neutrals in the bottom right there, I definitely think that blue. In fact, I love that shade of blue. That's a bit like the Victoria Beckham jeans eyeliner shades, which I'm actually wearing today. I love that shade of blue. So there we go. Do you agree with me on everything I've just said, or do you have very different opinions? Did you look at them and have a very different reaction to me, or did you immediately have the same reaction? I pretty much had the same reaction as the lady analysing me, but there was some where we slightly disagreed, especially with pinks, and I think a lot of that's down to me just telling myself I cannot wear pinks. And it was at this point she said to me, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but pink is your colour. And I was thinking, how is this going to work out? Because I don't like pinks on me. I do like some pinks, as in clothes-wise. I quite like rich pinks. I've always felt that pale, soft, sort of pastel pinks really wash me out. And only the odd pink suits me. Now, I'm wearing a pink lipstick today that I knew suited me. So there are pinks that I know suit me. I think pink blushes and pink lipsticks, different shades of anyway, can really suit me. But pink eyes, I've always felt made me look a bit ill. And she just couldn't understand why I thought that. But I've got an idea, and I'll speak to you about that at the end. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because you're pretty much my inspiration for doing this colour analysis. Because since I've been doing this channel, I say this colour won't suit me, or I won't buy it because it won't suit me, or I get it, I try it on, I say I really don't think this will suit me, and then I get a rush of comments saying how much it does suit me and I should give it a chance. And that's really what made me think I should get my colour analysis done, because maybe I have been limiting myself all my life to certain colours, thinking that's what suits me, and I don't even know where some of the opinions I have come from. Maybe it's what I was told as a child. Maybe it's just a colour I liked when I was a teenager, when my complexion and everything about me was different. Have I just not really considered other clothes? Have I just not considered other colours that might really flatter me? So I was prepared to give this a chance, and that's certainly why I went for this analysis, because I really wanted some sort of feedback, and I wanted it to challenge me and make me look at other colours and maybe change things up a bit. Anyway, the conclusion from all of this, if you haven't guessed, is that I'm definitely not a warm. I am definitely a cool, which is something you might have seen implemented a little bit more in my channel. I've been trying cool undertone foundations. I've always worn neutral, but I've tried the odd cool and found they work, and I felt for a long time I'm somewhere between neutral and cool. So I have started using cool foundations, and I also discovered before this that I started to enjoy cool tones on the eyes. I don't know if you remember me reviewing the Mario Neutrals Cool palette. That was actually one of my top eyeshadow palettes for last year. I loved that. I loved every look I made with that, and I actually preferred it to the warmer one that he came out with prior to that. So I did start to realise that cools really suited me, but I still in my head thought I prefer the peaches, and I prefer peaches and gold. I think they were the shades I thought I loved the most. And on me, certainly at autumn, for instance, the rich burnt oranges, the bright orange, I love orange. I love orange lipstick. And suddenly I'm being told that warm tones don't suit me. I think, well, hold on, that means no oranges, no peaches. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've always felt they go well with my blue eyes and they suit my complexion. Anyway, we'll talk about that again at the end, like I said. Let's move on to the next slide. So we've now established, looking quickly back at these, here are winter, autumn, summer, spring. We're now ruling out both of the warms. So I'm not an autumn, I'm not a spring. So am I a winter or a summer? So here are the tones of winter and summer. And I think from the way I've reacted to colours, you probably already know which one I'm drawn to, but let's see what the actual results were. So now we need to establish, am I a winter or a summer? So here are the slides to look at. So looking at the pinks, I think straight away, even though I say, I'm not sure actually, I'd like to know your thoughts on the pink. Does the light pink wash me out, as I've always thought? Because when I look at the bright pink, I'm definitely drawn to the bright pink, and I feel like I'm drawn to the colour rather than my face, which is definitely not good. It's not blending in and complementing my skin, but I still wonder if the paler one washes me out. So I'm a bit confused on that, but I'm told the lighter pink suits me. So do you agree? And then with the greens, definitely the more bluey green suits me. I think that deeper green is way too deep on me. And with the blues, again, definitely the lighter one. Every time they're really bright like that, it's definitely the colour coming forward and my face being pushed back. And with black, no matter how much I think I love black, black against blue, I think that shade of blue, as I said earlier, is my absolute favourite shade of blue. And it really suits me, whereas the black is almost hiding me away. Which is a surprise, because I've loved black for so long. Purples. Definitely the lighter purple there. I feel the deep purple is too much for me. The reds, definitely the more pinky red. And then the one that's called Final Drapes, I actually like both of these, but probably the lighter one suits me the better, but I still feel the other one slightly suits me, which tells me am I really in one season? Can I take a little bit from winter, but mostly wear summer? Looking at this. So looking back at winter or summer, I think it's become very clear that winter is way too bold and deep for my skin tone. So I am a summer. That is the result. And I agreed with this result. What do you think? Do you think I'm a summer? Let's look again at me with some of the summer shades. So here I am with the light summer colours, the colours that probably worry me. Now the first one, that minty one, I love mint, always have been drawn to mint, so definitely I like that. But then we have light blue and a sort of light lilac maybe, or light purple. But as you may have noticed, I'm actually wearing light blue today and I've got blue on my eyes, and I think there's a reason why I'm starting to actually think that these light blues, light pinks actually do suit me and don't wash me out. And there's a reason for that. Can you guess what that reason might be, why I've suddenly started to think that? I'd love to hear if you can guess what that is, because we will be getting to that in a minute. And here is another picture showing both seasons. And here are the summer neutral shades that suit me alongside it. I'm not entirely sure why this is on the same page, but anyway, obviously it is not drawing from the colours here in the winter. So with white, for instance, I should never wear bright white apparently. It needs to be an off-white. And these are the neutrals that suit me on the right-hand side. So you can see me there with an off-white, whereas if I wore a brilliant white, it would definitely be too bold and push back my face and make my eyes look smaller. But looking at the neutrals, I think all three, these are supposed to be some of my best colours apparently. The grey, the blue, the white. It all seems quite boring though, doesn't it? But these are my top colours apparently, along with pink. So the next question is, you can split summer into different forms. So there's cool summer colours and muted summer colours. So looking at this slide here, is there one that I look better in? And straight away on the top row, I like all three, which are the cool summer colours. And on the bottom row, I'm not too sure about the green on the left. I feel like it may be a bit too much, but I like the other two, which tells me I might just be a true summer and pretty much all summer shades are suiting me. So now let's look at some characteristics of the summer colour. So they are, what will suit me are cool tones, muted tones and light to medium depth, which is my skin tone. I am a light to medium, well I'm not light to medium, I'm fair to light. And it says to think blurred colours, soft colours, hazy colours like sweet peas and roses, lavender fields and wisteria. Now those are colours I absolutely love, and I did say about how when I'm crafting I love to crochet. I often make shawls and I buy those big yarns which have the multicolours that change as you're going, and those are exactly the colour stories I'm drawn to if I'm making something for myself. So I found that quite interesting. But it says specifically to avoid black, orange, yellow and gold. Now, I've always worn black. I love different shades of orange on me. Maybe, I just can't imagine avoiding every shade of orange. Yellow, I don't mind a pale yellow. I do agree a bright yellow, it doesn't work on me. But when I think of gold, I think of the Natasha Denona gold palette, and I loved that on me. I thought it really worked well with my blue eyes. So I do wonder, I don't think I should rule these colours out. Orange and gold would suit me, so, but it says to avoid them. So again, I would love your thoughts on that. And then makeup colours, best eyeshadow. Now, firstly, it doesn't mention green in best eyeshadow, so obviously that can't be right because we all know greens are the best colour ever. So what does suit me? Mid-light blues. I absolutely adore light blues. Greys and mauves. I've been avoiding mauves but starting to enjoy them. Pale pinks, again I've been avoiding them but I'm starting to enjoy them. Taupes and silvers, I totally agree with that. I definitely enjoy those shades. And the best eyeliners, soft blue. So I'm wearing a soft blue today, or not overly soft but almost soft. Smoke and grey, so basically I should be avoiding black eyeliner. And with blushes, pale and rose pinks, which I completely agree with. I still like my peaches though and corals, but apparently I shouldn't be wearing them. I should be wearing pale and rose pinks. And then with lipsticks, pale pinks, mauves, rosy shades and light plums. I completely agree with all of those, but I do love browns and orangey browns. Not a pure orange, but I like an orangey brown. I don't like red on my lips, never have done, and this definitely agrees that I shouldn't be wearing red, so I do completely agree with that. And when it says avoid bronzer, I think what it really means is I can wear contour type shade cool tone bronzer. It means bronzy bronzers, as in the really warm bronzers, and I completely agree with that because the only bronzers that suit me are the super cool toned ones. So I'm not avoiding bronzers, but I do need to be careful not to use warm bronzers on me. Now we're getting to the key to all this, I think, in my opinion, and that is the hair colour. So it says that my hair should have cool ashen tones, ash blonde, ash brown, ash red and natural grey. Jewellery, it says I should wear silver, platinum, rose gold, pewter, white gold, soft pink pearls. Now I've always been drawn to silver and white gold, and rose gold. I like rose gold on me. I have never enjoyed proper gold on me. So I completely agree with that as well. So now onto the hair, which I think plays a key role in all of this. So ironically, just before my colour analysis, I had actually changed the colour of my hair from a brilliant blonde to a more dark beigey blonde. Not the colour I've got now, but I had started to darken my hair. If you follow me, you'll remember. And that's why I think that I started seeing these colours working on me, because I started trying them after the colour analysis, but I started trying colours that I thought washed me out. And when I have my hair in a darker shade, they aren't washing me out. So I was basically having a hair colour that didn't suit my skin tone. And people have told me to go dark, and I'm no, because I was a blonde before I started going grey. I started going grey in my 20s. It's something that runs in the family. So I've always been a blonde, blue eyes, blonde hair. So I've always thought that's exactly how I should dress and how I should choose my makeup. It should fit with light blonde and blue eyes. And if you look at the hair on my arms, for instance, they're really blonde. So I'm a blonde. But would I have gone a really dark ashy blonde? Possibly. My mum did go an ashy blonde. Now I say that, she dyed her hair because she went grey in her 20s, so I don't know. We don't know what our hair colour would be because we literally go from young blonde straight into grey. So I don't really know. If I hadn't had that grey gene, I'll never know, because I started dyeing my hair when I was about 16 because I wanted to change the colours around. But I carried on because I knew that this was coming. And I know from the root regrowth, I started to see greys in my 20s. So I've never discovered what my hair would look like, and I have no intention of it. I don't want to be grey. That's just my personal choice. But I stuck with blonde, and I think having blonde was just making these colours not work on me. So I was sort of going against my own colour. So now I've got darker hair. I started off with that beige, dark beige blonde, and now I've moved to a dark ash blonde. It's not brown. I considered going ash brown, but I feel like that might be a little bit too dark on me. I have actually got a kit to go that colour, so I might give it a try at some point. But the shade I am now is ash blonde, and ever since going this colour, I've really enjoyed it. And when I put light colours like this light blue I'm wearing today, and the light blue on my eyes, and pinks and just light pastel soft shades, I don't feel like it's washing me out. I feel like it's complementing my skin tone. It's not pushing me back. I think it's basically suited me perfectly. So I think that's really been the key, is that I haven't seen that these colours work for me because I didn't have the right hair colour. So that's something I completely agree with. So looking back at all 4 seasons, do you think that there are shades in winter, autumn or spring that I can wear other than the shades in summer? Now I do completely agree that every shade in summer suits my skin tone. I don't think there's any shades apart from possibly the grey from the winter that suits my skin tone. I do like a bright pink, but I do agree it needs to be softened down with a sort of lighter pink mix. And then if I look at the autumn, the far right orange, I love that shade. The sort of last 3 colours on the far right of the warm autumn section, I like those colours. They're not too bold, they're sort of muted autumn. And maybe that green as well, the two greens in the autumn section I like. In fact, all three greens. So I feel like I'm summer with a little lean into autumn. Whereas looking at spring, I agree they're a bit too bold for me and probably don't suit me. Maybe the orange in the spring. I'm told not to wear orange. That is definitely the outcome. But I just know that oranges tend to suit my eyes. I think they do anyway. And I know that when I've done orange looks on this channel, everyone's always said they suit me. So one thing that wasn't done in my analysis is I was just told I'm a summer. But I know with other types of colour analysis, they are split into groups. So here are the different groups. So with summer, you can have soft summer, true summer, and light summer. Now, if I look at all of that, I think I pretty much suit most of the shades. But if I start to look at the light summer, not so much. So I agree that I am on the whole a true summer, leaning into a bit of soft summer. But if I start to look at the autumns here, we have dark autumn, true autumn, and soft autumn. I think I suit all the soft autumn colours in that one. And maybe some of the true. Maybe not so much the dark. And I don't think the spring shades suit me so much. I agree with that. Apart from possibly that top light spring, that light green. And a couple in the light spring actually. I would draw the pinks, the purple and the blue and the green actually from light spring. So maybe more than a couple. So overall, summer is my better season. True summer is my key accurate analysis, I agree. But I do feel I can dip into light spring and I can dip into soft and dark autumn. Not so much. And true autumn. All the autumns. There's shades in all three types of autumn I would dip into. So that's what I would like to hear your thoughts on. Do you agree I can dip in and out of those? Now obviously I'm not asking for permission here because let's be very clear about this. This was purely for my information. This is not going to be my new Bible and I will have to stick to every single thing I've been told. If I'm told oranges don't suit me, does that put me off trying oranges? Not in the slightest. I know I love peaches and corals. I will not stop wearing them. I see them more as a summer sort of shade. I have noticed I don't think they suit me as well. Now I've got my hair darker, so I might find when I'm in the summer shades, I might feel that I need to mute it down. So I won't stop using oranges and peaches and corals. I might just go for the more muted, soft version, which is generally the thing I've been changing with my makeup since having my colour analysis, because I do totally agree I need to go for soft and muted versions of the colours I like. And if I do like something like a black top, for instance, I was told by the lady analysing me that, say I've got a black dress, that doesn't mean I can't wear it because black is too bold for me. I just need to bring something into the neck area that does complement me, so that the first thing the eye is drawn to is my face and neck area and the black becomes a bit more secondary. So something like a scarf or a fairly big piece of jewellery, or maybe a layered item, so you've got a layered top underneath the black is another way of wearing it. So like for instance, I love black coats, but will they always wash me out? So maybe a soft pastel-y scarf along with that, or a soft pink in the winter, or a blue. I think the colour for me that stood out the most from all of that is that blue is my colour. I always say it's green because I love greens, but I do accept the blue suits me the best. So I am enjoying blues. I was enjoying blues before the analysis, so I do agree with that one. I really, really do. But I'm not giving up my peaches and oranges, so I will be dipping into the autumn and spring shades for sure. I really will. I'm not giving them up. But I found it really interesting, and it certainly made me more brave with changing my hair colour and changing the way I link things together. I've tried to lean more towards using a brown mascara and using a less dark eyeliner, so I'm trying to use more softened eyeliners, and I do feel that these looks complement me better. And I think the looks that I've created since making these little changes have been a bit better. and the way I'm combining them with clothes and not have bites. So I'm trying to consciously avoid buying the colours I know that really push me back and make my eyes go back and not stand out at all. You want your features to stand out. You don't want to be pushed back by your clothes. And that's why I've always felt red lipstick looks terrible on me. I never knew why, but that's why, because all you see are my red lips. The rest of my face vanishes. And now you don't want that. You want it to complement you. So I do agree with that. And again, I've never liked them, so I might wear the odd red, mostly for review purposes, but I'm not a fan. But I did wear red jumpers over Christmas since doing this analysis, and I really enjoyed them. So I'm not going to stop wearing red. I'm not ruling out red. But again, breaking them up, like I think one of my tops had a bit of silver in it, so maybe that helped because it was broken up by the silver. So it's always trying to think like that and make things work. So I was also given a colour palette thing, which I've got here somewhere. Here it is. So this was sent to me in the post. So if I'm out and about shopping for clothes, I can see which sort of colours work for me. But one of the other ways that I would use this would be that if I see something, say in black or orange or something, and I think I really, really want that and I want to make it work, the next thing I need to think is there a colour in my summer range that I can then use that will go up against it? So if it's a nice orange, could I, for instance, have a scarf this shade, or could I wear it with a bit of brown? Or, you know, there's lots of things I could do to break it up, this off-white shade that suits me. So I'm not ruling out the colours that apparently don't suit me. I've just got to find better ways of making them work. So that's my take from it, and I found it a really interesting experience. So it's certainly, it could be something where I think, that's it, all those colours are going out of my wardrobe, all those colours are going out of my makeup collection, I am going to stick to my summer colours, and then I would be throwing away probably 75% of everything I own. I am going to buy things that suit me better going forward, but I'm not going to remove the colours I love the most. I'm not. I'm just going to make them work. And that is my personal take from it. So again, I found it very, very helpful. I found it really enjoyable. I've loved researching into it myself, and I've just found it a very enjoyable experience. And now that I've shared it all with you, when I'm doing my makeup, I can talk to you about why I'm mixing things together a certain way, or why I think a certain eyeshadow I might be reviewing, or a certain blush, why I think it doesn't look right on me but might look better on you. And that will be because of what I've learned from this colour analysis. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with the analysis? Do you agree with the colours that were suitable for me? Do you think it's completely wrong? Do you think I'm not a summer? I know that when people were guessing, I had all sorts of different guesses as to what my analysis would be. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And keep in mind the sort of tops and makeup I've been wearing over the last month, because they have pretty much fitted in with my new colour analysis changes. So do you think they've been working for me? Because if you do, maybe you agree with the colour analysis outcome. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you had your colour analysis done? Is it something you've looked into? And I would love to hear what your thoughts are on mine, yours, and maybe a friend's, anything at all. I would absolutely love to hear your comments down in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here at the end of one of my videos. And please do look out for a future video coming out soon, hopefully, where I'm going to try a full face of true summer makeup, so you can see how these colours build on me and work well for me. I'm trying to find the most perfect shades in everything that are a true summer match, and I'm going to put them all together and put them on. Even though I would say I am wearing today a true summer makeup, but I want to really try it on with you, slightly different shades. So, and I think I might dive into those pinks in that one, because they're the colours I've avoided. So look out for that video. I will definitely film that one soon. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope to see you all again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.